Hi, I'm John Tirandi, and I'm the VP of Pharmacy for SavaSeniorCare Consulting.
Hi, I'm Audra Thomas, Senior Director of Pharmacy Services.
If we look at how we've handled this pandemic over the last 10 to 11 months, is we've had to do things like wear masks, social distance, limit the people we see, limit the amount of time we spend with people. This vaccine is the next tool in fighting this pandemic, and it's the best and fastest way to end this pandemic for the most people. So I think it's a very important next step and possibly final step in defeating COVID-19. So I get asked a lot if I'm getting the vaccine, and personally, I am getting the vaccine. My wife, who's a nurse, is also planning on getting the vaccine when she is able, and my parents are both getting the vaccine when they're able. It's something that we've talked about as a family. We all trust the science with this and really feel that it's the right thing to do, not only for us, but for the people we know. Let's talk for a minute about what vaccines are out there right now. We have two vaccines that have received the emergency use authorization from the FDA. We have one from Pfizer and we have one from Moderna. These vaccines are very similar in the way they work. They're both what's called an mRNA vaccine. And that mRNA vaccine works by having a lipid shell around it. That lipid shell after the injection is like the car that drives it to the cells of our body and our immune system. It drops off the mRNA, which shows a picture to our cell and says, get this virus. And then our cell says, okay, I got the message, and starts producing antibodies. The mRNA then disappears and we never see it again, and our body fights this disease naturally after seeing what to fight. I'd like to address a few rumors there are about this vaccine. First, some folks may experience some side effects from these vaccines. However, these side effects are minor in almost every case, and they're for a limited duration. They cannot give you COVID-19. This vaccine is not a live virus vaccine. It only has the mRNA or messenger RNA in the vaccine. So you cannot get COVID-19 from these vaccines. You will not test positive because of these vaccines. There is mRNA, there is a lipoprotein shell, and there are a few salts to stabilize it. There is nothing else in this vaccine. There are no preservatives, and there have been rumors that there are things in this vaccine that will help people track you. These vaccines will not track you. There is nothing in there to track you. Finally, these vaccines will not change an individual's DNA. There's a lot of discomfort around the term mRNA because people associate it with DNA. However, these vaccines work by sending a message to the cell. They never enter the nucleus of the cell where a person's DNA is stored. So there is no way for these vaccines to change your DNA. These vaccines contain no preservatives. These vaccines are stored in a way where preservatives are not required. And so when they're administered, there is no risk of a person reacting to a preservative. Even though these vaccines are stored in freezing or sub-freezing temperatures, prior to administration, they're reconstituted with normal saline to room temperature. So you will not be receiving a freezing vaccine.
The emergency use authorization is enacted when there is an emergency situation impacting global health or healthcare, where diagnoses or preventing illnesses. Well, the FDA has standard criteria, and it has not been compromised for this COVID vaccine. No steps were compromised by the FDA. They did set criteria prior to initiating, and the two pieces that they mentioned were to be at least 50% effective and also have 2 months of solid data. 94 to 95% effective is what we have come back with these vaccines that are being offered. So the emergency use authorization, although had the minimum criteria of 50% effective, we're 94 to 95% effective with the COVID vaccine. and also the solid data with regards to safety on many populations in diverse backgrounds.
Historically, any long-term effects from a vaccine will show up within 2 months of the vaccination. Pfizer and Moderna both used endpoints longer than that 2-month period as a way to check for any potential long-term side effects. Nothing was shown in these first studies. So the fact that Moderna and Pfizer both exceeded these timelines give me confidence that there are virtually no long-term side effects of these vaccinations.
The COVID vaccine is our hope for the future. Please be a piece of the puzzle, the Sava family, and work together. We need your piece.